Okay, guys, welcome to Science Today. We're continuing with physical science. This one is going to be similar. It's about chemical reactions. So there's a reading passage and some questions. So we'll go ahead and read this. And this is about acid precipitation, excuse me, not participation, but precipitation. And it says thousands of lakes throughout the world are victims of acid precipitation, which is also known as acid rain. Acid precipitation is precipitation such as rain, sleet, or snow that contains a high concentration of acids. When fossil fuels are burned, they release oxides of sulfur and nitrogen. When the oxides combine with the water in the atmosphere, they form sulfuric acid and nitric acid, which falls as acid precipitation. This acidic water flows over and through the ground in the lakes, rivers, and streams. Acid precipitation can kill living things and can result in decline or loss of some local animals and plant population. A pH, power of hydrogen, number is a measure of how acidic a basic substance is. The lower the number on a pH scale, the more acidic the substance. The higher pH number is the more basic a substance. Each whole number on the pH scale indicates a tenfold change in acidity. So as far as the acid rain goes, you guys, this happened quite a bit in the 70s and 80s. What was happening is all the car factories in Detroit, they're manufacturing, and you've probably seen those big smokestacks. They were, using a lot of metals. And what happened is all that smoke gets up in the air, and Detroit's right on Lake Michigan. And usually the wind blows east, so it was blowing right through the Great Lakes. Everything was going east through like Michigan, Ohio, Pennsylvania, New York, and then into New England. So a lot of the lakes, basically, that all that sulfur they were burning got into the air, and it caused like acidic rain. A lot of the lakes, basically, what it did, it would kill the plant life because really high pH or acidity at low pH, it would kill a lot of the plant life in the lakes, and the fish would die, okay, because there's nothing for the fish to eat. So that's kind of what happened in the 70s and 80s. That's kind of called acid rain. So this is identifying main ideas. One reading skill is the ability to identify the main idea of the passage. The main idea and this main focus or key idea. Frequently, a main idea is accompanied by supporting information that offers detailed facts about main ideas. So it says, in the space provided, write the letter, the term, or phrase completes each statement or best answers these questions. In which of these forms does acid precipitation reach the surface of the Earth? Light, energy, precipitation, or oxides? That would be precipitation. It talked about up here, it would come in rain, sleet, snow. Those are all forms of precipitation. So number one would be precipitation. Number two, what is harmed by acid precipitation? And it says in here, lakes, rivers, and streams, plant populations, animal populations are all the above. Well, I just told you it hurts the plants in the lakes, then it kills the fish, and then eventually lakes, rivers, and streams. So two would be all the above. Everything is affected by that acid precipitation. And what does acid precipitation contain that is harmful to living things? And if we go back up here, it says they form sulfuric acid and nitric acid, which fall as acid precipitation. This acidic water flows over and over. So this one would be C, sulfuric acid and nitric acid. And we got all that from basically this article right here, okay? So for each question, write the answer in the space provided. What three forms can acid precipitation take? Precipitation, excuse me. I'm having a terrible time this morning. If you go back up here, it'd be rain, sleet, and snow. Okay. And when an author puts something in parentheses, he or she is often explaining the word or term that came just before. How does the author use the parentheses to explain pH? So if we go up to here, pH means power of hydrogen. So pH power H hydrogen, power of hydrogen. That's how basically the author explains the pH, power of hydrogen. Okay. And what does the pH number tell you? If we go back up to this, how acidic a base substance is. The lower the number, the more acidic, the higher the pH number, the more basic a substance is. So if you have a low pH number, that means that substance really is going to be acidic. And if you have a higher number, it's going to be more neutral. Okay, so that's what number 6, excuse me. A pH number tells you how acidic or basic a substance is. Okay. So one reading skill is ability to sequence information or logically place items or events in the sequence which they occur. So it says sequence the statements below to trace the path of acid precipitation, right? 1 on the line in front of the first step, 2 in the second, so on. So what you're going to do is there's 6 here. So you're going to put these 1 through 6, how acid precipitation occurs. Okay. Okay, so we're going to look, if we go back up to this article, this basically spells it out for us. So it says thousands of lakes, the world of victims, which is also known as acid rain. Acid precipitation, such as rain or sleet that contains high concentration. When fossil fuels are burned, they release oxides of sulfur and oxygen. So that's where it all starts, the burning of fossil fuels. So if we go down here, fossil fuels are burned, releasing sulfur and nitrogen oxide. So that would be 1. And then 2, sulfuric acid, nitrogen acids are formed. 3, they combine with water in the atmosphere. 4, acid precipitation falls. 5, acidic water runs through the ground into lakes and rivers and streams. And the last one, the decline of loss of plants and animals populations occur. So basically what you're doing is you're just going back up to this paragraph right here, and you're just sequencing. You're putting in order basically how acid rain starts, and the end result would be that decline of loss of local animal and plant, basically, populations. I think I might have sequenced the last 2. So last one is acidic water runs to the ground, and the last one would be decline of plant or animal population. You're just going to put those 1 through 6. Okay. And this says recognizing similarities and differences. So one reading skill is the ability to recognize similarities and differences between 2 phrases, ideas. This is sometimes known as comparing and contrasting. So what does it mean when something has a high pH level and a low pH level? And if we go back up to what pH means right here, the lower number of a pH scale, the more acidic a substance is, the higher a pH number is, the more basic a substance is. So like I said, when you have a low pH number, it's really acidic. And when you have a higher number, it's more neutral. So that's all it's asking. So low number is acidic, high number is it's more neutral. Okay. And this one's cause and effect. So what is the basic cause of acid precipitation? We go back up here, remember it says the burning of fossil fuels. When fossil fuels are burned. And once that happens, then remember a couple things. It gets into rivers and streams, lakes, and it hurts plant and wildlife. Okay. And then what is the main idea of this reading passage? I think you could probably say acidic rain would probably be the main idea. Okay. Then down below, this is just a review of what we did in the last unit. And you can go back and look at the last units to answer these. And then if you're not sure, there's 13 of them. And then there's some true false here. And then at the end, there's a couple short answer. And All the answers are right here. So this is just a review of everything we've done to this point. So if you get a chance, just go ahead and try to do that. You might want to just go back and review the units. They're all in Google Classroom. All the answers are in there. And this is just kind of covers everything we've done up until this point. Okay, thanks you guys. And I will send the social studies link shortly if you're going to join us. Have a wonderful day.